Okay, we're going to show you how to do the mini train wheel that is on the older version of the IED curriculum. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a revolve here. We're going to make this cutout. Now we're going to revolve it around our imaginary axis. And then we'll add these 6 holes. And then we'll add the peg. All right. So I'm going to start with the imaginary axis. Then we're going to start drawing this funny shape thing in here. So our imaginary axis there. I'm going to go back to our lines. I'm going to draw the funny shape thing. Draw looking like just eyeballing things right now. Not too concerned about the dimensions yet. Okay, now I can start putting some dimensions on there. So from the center, it says so we don't know what's the diameter of the hole. We got to look down here and figure out the diameter of the hole. It's 0.28, so that means we're going to cut it in half, use the radius. So the dimension, the distance from here to here, 0.28 divided by 2 is 0.14. All right. Then this 0.25 is from the center to this next part where it comes down. So here to here, 0.25. 0.75 is to where it goes back up again, and then 1 inch. Okay, now this last part, it says 1 inch all the way out to this point right here, but I would like to go all the way out further, and then we'll fill it in. So we're going to say 1 inch to that center point, but then we need to add this radius of 0.125 because that's the radius from around here. So we're going to add that 1.125 all the way to the end. 1.125. Okay. Now about the thickness. 0.125 to the center, 0.25 to the outside. 0.125. 0.25. And make sure these are horizontal. I'm going to do a horizontal constraint between this one, and that turns everything purple. Now I need to fillet these edges. That radius was 0.125. Okay, and then the fillets on the inside, it says right here, the radius is 0.0625 typical. So that means all 4 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 fillets on the inside that are 0.0625. 0.0625. This one. Okay. So we are now ready to revolve. So to finish that sketch, revolve it around this axis. And we've got a wheel started here. Okay, next we've got to put the holes in. These 6 holes that are 30 degrees apart and 30 degrees total and 15 degrees from horizontal. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to put a sketch plane right here. And I'm going to right click. I want to slice the graphics away. So I'm going to hit F7 or slice graphics. Now I can draw these lines in here. The first line is a construction line straight out to the right. The next line is not construction. It's going to go from the origin 15 degrees up. Okay. And then another line that's 30 degrees from that. We'll dimension those here in a second. Dimension those two to be 30 degrees apart. And these two to be 15 degrees apart. Okay, so now we need the inner and outer circle. So there's an inner circle for that hole, and there's an outer circle for that hole. The inner circle has a radius of 0.375. The outer circle has a radius of 0.625. So 375, 625. Those are radius. We got to switch them to diameter because we're going to make a whole circle. You can say, well, I don't know how to multiply those. That's fine. What are my numbers? 0.375. So 0.375 times 2. 0.375 times 2. Oh, that's 0.75. Good. Glad to know that now. The other one, 0.625 times 2. 0.625 times 2. All right. So now all we're worried about is this little area in here. That's the only part we care about. We want to cut that out, and we can trim off the rest. Some of it will may turn green. It's okay. We knew it was blue at one point, or purple. So I'm going to finish that sketch, and I'm going to cut that little piece out. Extrude. Cut. Distance is all. Okay. All right, now I'm going to want to use isometric, and I'm going to circular pattern that feature around this axis. And I want it 6 times. It already guessed it for me. And okay, good. All right, last thing we need to do is put this little nub in here. We got to put this peg. So we're going to add another sketch plane, put it there again. I'm going to hit F7 to get rid of the graphics again. And I'm going to put a circle straight out here. And what's the diameter of that circle? The diameter of that circle is 0.25. Okay, how far away is that circle? It is 0.7 away from the center. 0.7. Okay. Put a horizontal constraint in there to make sure that turns purple. And I can finish the sketch and extrude it. How far am I extruding it? And it says 0.375. So extrude 0.375. All right, so you can see what I've got. Now I've got to put another peg on top of that. And that goes up 0.125. It's the diameter of that is 0.125. So I can put another sketch plane on there. Circle 0.125. Finish your sketch. Extrude at 0.125. And finally, I got to put a little hole, 0.0625, depth of 0.25. So I can use the hole command, or I can just put another sketch on there. .0625. Finish the sketch.